ちょっと痛くない？待って。きっとあんたにお似合いの人がいるっていうね。いやー、僕は言われたくないね。いや、
言われたことあるよね。Love is over 私はあんたの
今日はオーヤンフィーフィーさんの Love is over 聞いてみるよ。 Let's find out! こんにちは、全人類と友達になるところ、僕がミスターウチ、そして
アナです。
バインです。
今日のテーマはオーヤンフィーフィーさんの Love is over 聞いてみよう。
Why are you clapping that love is over?
Yeah.
It's like love is over, yay! You sound like a very depressed person who needs
Love
therapy.
is over をしようじゃなくて Love is over を聞いてみようって言って。
Is that what your therapist tells you?
Love is over! オーヤンフィーフィーさんっていう、台湾の出身の歌手の方が日本ですごく活躍されてて、でその方が出されてる代表曲の一つに今でもカラオケでみんな歌ってる Love is over っていう曲があるんですね。
He's from Taiwan. Is it in Chinese or is it in Japanese?
これは日本語。
Okay.
Love is over 自体はね1979年にリリースされたってことだから、もう何年前？
A lot.
アメリカ人算数苦手だ。
Or like 30 years ago, yeah?
まあ40年以上前ね。
Correct.
しっとりしたバラードだからこの歌い方を僕とバイロン盗んで最後に歌っていきたいなと思います。
Oh, that'd be fun. Yay! We never get to do that. We all get outshined by the singers that participate on this channel.
それでは行ってみましょう。
Whoa, look at that hair.
Very grandiose.
Very 80s. Feels like silk blankets over my heart as it's trying to heal. It's like holding a wound with silk blankets because it's still like, you know how silk, it's not as powerful as a material to be a bandage, right? Like her voice doesn't feel like a gauze, right? Like a gauze, like you would have to make into a cast and like try to hold it together, but it feels like very like silk sheets over your heart, and it's still like dripping blood and it still hurts, but it's trying to comfort you at those very first stages. That's what the vibrato feels like, and that's what like love is over, and then you can feel that and you're just like, I'm so warm. I'm hurting, but I'm warm and fuzzy. It's like the sad kind of warmth.
いやそうなのよ。包んでくれるっていうのもあったけど、女性でさすごい低音のかすれた声じゃん。
Yeah.
うわーっていうこの下から救ってくれる感じがすごいなんか優しさと寂しさみたいなのどっちも表現してる感じするよね。
It makes me remember like the jazz singers from the 70s or 70s, 80s, right? You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like you had a breakup, so you cried your heart out and you're done with crying, and now you're like starting to 少し立ち上がる, like at the very low end of the 立ち上がる, and she's just there holding you and just telling you love is over. There's no wake. And she's just comforting you with her song.
これ多分別れようっていう時にカップルの片方が終わりにしようキリがないから多分なんかうまくいかなかったんだろうねっていう曲の歌い出しよね。
Ouch. Could you imagine you make this song like if you want to break up with a lover and then you sing this to them on stage and like that's how you do it? Imagine if you did it like that. やばいね。やばい。
You remember that breakup forever.
確かに。
キリがないかなLove is over わけなどないよただ一つだけあなたのため Love is over
かっこいい。
I
我が
know.
家や街を笑って言える時が来るから
It's like the vibrato, it doesn't feel like my ears are being massaged, but more of like the bottom of my heart. Every time the vibrato comes out, it feels like she's cupping it, like a little child, like she's holding it like a baby. Like, what's it called? Imagine the love you had was a baby. And she's putting it to sleep. She's like, no more, no more. And then once the baby falls asleep, then the love has ended and gone away. That's what it feels like.
いや、そうなんや。なんか、別れ話の話じゃん。
Okay.
で、普通別れ話ってさ、なんかもうアメリカって言ったらあんま良くないけど
The 7 things I hate about you!
そうそう、なんかもう嫌いよって感じの曲が多いじゃん、イメージとしては。で、いや、あんたのために別れようって言ってる。なんかそれが本当の愛みたいな感じじゃない。だからめっちゃこの人のこと大切だけど、二人でいても傷つけちゃうみたいな、すげえ大人だよね。
Have you heard Let Me Be the One? So it's like the lyrics go like, Let me be the one to break things up so you don't have to make excuses. It's like, oh, instead of us deciding to break up, it's like, let me break up with you because, you know, you don't have the heart to break up together, so I'll be the one to say it for the sake of the both of us.
なるほどね。
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you saying it's kind of like that?
そうね。まあアメリカにもあるぞと。
Yes, yes, yes.
Love is over 泣くな踊るだろう私のことは早く忘れて私はあんたを忘れはしない
Whoa!
忘れはしない
Oh my gosh!
最後の恋だと思うから
やば。
ちょっと痛くない待って。
これはやばいな。
あんたが私のことを忘れて、でも私はあなたのことを一生忘れないから。
Well, of course.
あなたは私に対して最後の愛でした。
いや、そう、その一個前に、誰に抱かれても忘れはしないって言ってて、どんな歌詞って思ってちょっとショック受けたら、きっと最後の恋だと思うからって、これどういうことかって言ったら、他に見たいと思う人はいないと。あなたが一番大切な人だと。で、最後にするつもりだと。でも、あなたの幸せのためにあなたは私といない方がいいってさ、超自己犠牲じゃない。
Yeah.
こんないい歌詞やったんや。
The thing that I got from that performance just 5 seconds ago, it's like, this is a woman. You know what I mean? Like, she's a lady and she's very mature and she's like singing straight from the heart and like, look how elegant she moves and she dances. Like, look at that, powerful, up. Yes. And then the vibrato coming in. Look at that. Whoa! And then if I wrote, oh, so good, dude.
確かに。
Oh my gosh. And on top of that, Chanel. What an oshare. Lady to country, so good.
うわ。
She's so good.
私はあんたの思い出にそっと心に乗れそう最後に一つ自分を騙しちゃいけないよ
Oh, さすがプロね。
良す すぎるわ。歌詞がやばいこれ。
Like I feel like I'm being held, but she's not doing anything to me. Does that make sense? The more that she sings, the more I feel like I'm being held. Like there's like, you know how have you seen the movie Ghost? So it's like a scene with Patrick Swayze, and then he's dead, right? And then like what's it called? And she's doing like pottery by himself, and then like, they had this memory of like doing pottery together. And then he comes behind her as he's a ghost, and they do it together, and then they make pottery, and then in the background you can hear, whoa, like this very, very romantic scene here. So the story is she does pottery and then he joins her by herself, and then she's trying to like remember her husband, so then she goes to like a medium to try to speak to the dead, right? And then it's like she knows that he's watching him somehow, and then she's always like right next to her trying to talk to her, and then when she goes and does pottery like by herself, she like feels him there. She like feels him there. She knows that like it's probably like all in her imagination or something, but she feels like he's there like right next to her, so that, you know, their love had never ended. And that's exactly the way that her vibrato makes me feel. It feels like I'm being held by some sort of like entity that doesn't exist. That's only in my imagination. But that's the way that her vibrato makes me feel. This is how they were when they were together. But I mean, they're not gonna show the movie part when she's doing it alone. But this is when they were happy as a couple before he died.
彼がまあ亡くなってしまった後に、彼女がこれ作るときにこう思い出してっていうシーンってことよね。
Yeah, yeah. So she remembered them together, but then like she was doing pottery by herself, but then he was behind her the whole time, like doing it like as a ghost as well. So he just like never left her side, kind of thing. It's a great movie. Ghost is a great movie. Oh, Lady Khan, すごい。
そうなんよね。
Yeah.
立ち方。
Look at her, the emotion too. Yes, feel it, girl. Come on.
かっこいい。
So sexy. Holy shit.
なんか体の動かし方とか立ち方がなんていうかちょっと諦めてる。
Oh, kind of. I guess so. Yeah.
なんかセクシーな感じ。
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like how girls get a haircut after a breakup. They change their own appearance. You know what I like about that part just earlier? I just really like her ante say about controlling her voice. She doesn't try to belt like Whitney Houston. Like, bring me a higher love. She doesn't try to do that. It's like not that I'm not saying that Whitney Houston is not a great singer because she's a queen. She's magnificent. But I feel like when she's using her vibrato, she's using a lot of power, but she's controlling it back. Right? Like, you know that she has Yoyu to sing like much better than this, right? And she's like kind of holding it in here. And it's not like that. And she's focusing more on holding it back like this, which kind of hits you a little bit more.
そうでも相手にぶつけたいわけじゃないもんね、
Right,
この曲は。
right. She's sad about it, so she's pulling back, and it really shows the emotion through the way that she's singing, I feel.
これさ、
What?
きっとあんたにお似合いの人がいるっていうね。いやー、僕は
Don't say that.
言われたくないね。
Yeah, don't. 言われたことあるよね。
普通に振られる。男からしたらもういやそんなこと言わないで一緒にいてよって思うし、でもこれを言えるっていうのはもうすごい愛だなとも思うよね。
Yes. I like that. I like that part. 元気でいてね。おしゃれ。Yeah, sing it, girl. Yes. I really like her poses. I love artists who get lost in their music like that. It's so great. You know, she cares so much about her craft that all of her moves have meaning, and she tries to get into the thematic poise of the song, right? Like, it really feels like love is over, and you really feel for her at the end, right? It's a performance, but you know that she was trying to release as many sad emotions as she could during that.
I like how her whole pose, her movements, but also her makeup and her clothes are also 伝わる this I'm a mature lady and this is the conclusions I've reached after thinking about you the most.
Yeah.
オーヤンフィーフィーさんのさ、これできない。やりたいな、これ。丸いんじゃなくて、下からすくい上げるような、このエッジボイス入ってない。この上というよりは、これがすごいセクシーよね。こんな歌い方する女性の歌手知らないかも。すごいセクシーにさ、ゆっくり歌う感じ。
I would trust her if she said love was over. I would just not try anymore. I'm just like, okay, you got it, you got it. You're your own lady now. I cannot touch you.
もう一個僕がこの歌詞ですごい好きなのがあって、Love is over だけ英語なのよ。
確かに。
で、これ、多分ね、日本人って直接的なこと言うのあんまり得意じゃないじゃん。
Okay.
何回も、愛は終わりさっていうよりも、英語にすることで遠回しにして、愛は終わったんだよっていうのを伝えるというか表現するっていうのが、遠回し文化の日本ですごい優しさだったりとか、そういうのも表現してるなって気がする。
なるほど。
Man, why does ego have to be like for the excuse for Japanese people to not say their true feelings because they use it as a tool so that you don't
あいつは分かってない。
so they use it as a tool so they don't have to use their own language to tell you what they mean. So they just use it as a more of a tomowashi so that you say love is over. Have you ever used English to tell somebody off in a tomowashi sense just by speaking to somebody? あのね、love is over なんだよ。You know, like that doesn't make any sense to me.
分かってないね。まだ日本語分かってないのかもしれない。
No, I think it has to deal with because it's not their bokokugo, right? So if I were to say like "ski desu," like it doesn't mean anything to me, but it probably means something to a Japanese person. No, but if I say I like you, that feels embarrassing for me. Right? So it's probably from that perspective that it's embarrassing for a Japanese person. Therefore, of course, yes, you're right. I am not Japanese. Therefore, if I say love is over, it has more meaning to me in my bokokugo as opposed to your bokokugo, native language, mother tongue.
There's a lot of things that come way easier for me to say in either English than Japanese, but I wouldn't be able to help myself to say them in Romanian because they would feel hazukashi.
How do you say let's break up in Romanian?
I can't say it. It's too much. It's too heavy. Love is over のところ以外は外来語は一切ない。
Love is over だけってことだよね。
そう。
愛は終わりなんだよっていうのを直接はきつすぎるから英語で言ってるよね。で、あともう一個僕好きなのは最初から最後までずっと私があなたに話しかけてる。曲の中では A メロとか B メロはこういう全体の今こういう僕たちは状態にいて私の気持ちはこうでサビになったら本当の気持ちを会いたいとかを叫ぶっていうなんかシーンの切り替えみたいなのあるじゃん。そのずっとワンシーンを 飽きさせずに表現する。一つの感情がずっとこう一本線が通ってる感じなの。
Oh, is that what you're
そ
saying
れが
about
すごいなと思って。
Right, right, right. It does repeat it throughout a lot. Like, love is over, 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 love is over. How many times does it say love is over? Love is over?
Many
Love is over? Love is over?
そんなことしないの、数えないの。タリーン。
タリーン。
One, two, three.
私はあんたを忘れはしない。誰に抱かれても忘れはしない。きっと最後の恋だと思うから。Love is over. 私はあんたのお守りでそっと心に Love is over 最後に一つ自分を騙しちゃいけないよ。It's over. It's all over.
悲しいこれ。
It's all over. Everything is over. YouTube is over.
はい、ということで今日はオーヤンフィーフィーさんの Love is Over 聞いてみました。どうだった？
It's over.
そうね、エンディングくらいはテンション上げようと思ったけど悲しいな。
Yeah, it's hard to raise your tension when you're talking about a breakup, especially when love is over, repeated 9 times throughout the song. I actually thought it was a very well-performed piece. I think that with her very elegant moves and her lady-like features and her Chanel earrings, Chanel shirt, Chanel everything, you know, it's very I don't know, her hair and her whole getup, it's very oshare. The very ladylike, the lady that I want to respect. That it's like the wakare is not something that you're sad about. It's like something that you have to do. You know, it's something that I will never forget you, and I know that has to happen. But let me be the mature one to break us up, kind of thing. That's what I felt from the song.
女性の強さ的なのがすごい感じられるよね。
Yes.
男はこんなん無理よね多分。いける？
No.
君のために別れは無理じゃない？
No, I can't do that. No, I do it. I can't do it for nobody else but myself. America G!
他に僕らにリアクションしてほしい曲があればコメント欄までよろしくお願いします。
And please click that subscribe button. And Anna, what else should they do?
Also click that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos.
And click the like button because it helps us out so much. It helps us get into the recommendations because lately we haven't been getting to recommendations and because that is very kuyashi for us to look at and we get very sad. So don't make us sad.
めちゃくちゃお願いチャンネルになってる。それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。チャンネル登録
お願い
します。